Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating concept called the solar path. In astrology, this is all about your personal direction of becoming.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who just seems so naturally confident in one area of their life, but like totally uncertain everywhere else? Someone who just shines when they're teaching, but feels completely lost in relationships. Or maybe that person who leads a team effortlessly, but then struggles to know who they even are in private.
Well, in astrology, that very difference is often described by looking at the sun. Now, the sun isn't about your emotions. That's really more the territory of the moon. The key thing to get here is that the sun represents the direction of your becoming.
It shows us where we're meant to grow, where we develop our identity, and where life is basically asking us to be conscious. See, the thing is, you aren't born fully embodying your sun. You actually grow into it over time through all your experiences. The specific house your sun is in, well, that reveals where life is going to push you to become more of who you are. So let's explore this by going through each of the 12 houses. Okay, we'll start with the first group, the personal foundation, which covers houses 1 through 4.
First step, the sun in the first house. If this is you, identity itself is the path. Your core need is simply to exist as an individual, which means your biggest challenge can be dependence or, losing yourself in other people. You'll find your growth comes from acting, from initiating, and from discovering who you are through direct experience. In relationships, it's absolutely vital that you remain yourself and don't adapt too much. That moment when you can say, "This is me," without any hesitation, yeah, that's when you're going to feel most alive. Next up, if your sun is in the second house, your identity develops by creating stability and a real sense of self-worth. Your core need is to build value, both inside yourself and out in the material world. This means your challenge is often insecurity, or that tendency to look for validation through what you own. For you, growth comes from developing skills, patience, and consistency. In relationships, loyalty is way more important than fleeting excitement. You truly feel alive when what you create becomes something reliable and tangible. Okay, now for the sun in the third house. For you, the path is all about awareness and understanding. You have this core need to learn and then to express what you've learned. The challenge? Oh, it's definitely getting lost in distraction or just settling for superficial knowledge. Your growth comes through communication, staying curious, and really truly observing the world around you. For you, connection in relationships happens through conversation. You feel most alive when ideas just click into place and everything becomes clear. And to round out this first section, we have the sun in the fourth house. With this placement, your identity forms inwardly. You have a core need for emotional grounding and inner stability. The challenge here is the temptation to retreat too much into your safe space. Your growth path involves building a solid inner foundation. In relationships, trust is so much more important than what things look like on the outside. You'll feel most alive when you finally feel at home within yourself. All right, now we're going to move outward into what we call the interpersonal arena, which covers houses 5 through 8. With the sun in the fifth house, life is asking you to create and to radiate. Your core need is all about authentic self-expression. Your challenge is performing for approval instead of just creating honestly from the heart. You grow through creativity, through joy, and through courage. In relationships, warmth and spontaneity matter a lot. You feel alive when you express something that is uniquely 100% yours. Moving into the sixth house, we see a big shift. Here, your path is one of mastery through refinement. You have a core need for improvement and to feel useful. Your biggest challenge is often perfectionism or that really harsh inner critic. You grow through discipline, through service, and through consistent daily effort. In relationships, reliability is the highest form of respect. You feel most alive when what you do becomes both skillful and genuinely helpful to others. In the seventh house, you discover yourself by meeting the other person. Your core need is for conscious partnership. Your challenge? Losing your own identity in your relationships. You grow through dialogue, through balance, and mutual awareness. In relationships, equality is absolutely essential. You feel alive when an interaction with someone else reveals something new about who you are. Finally, in this section, we come to the sun in the eighth house, where your identity forms through transformation. You have a core need to find the truth that lies just beneath the surface. Your challenge is a tendency towards control or a deep fear of vulnerability. Growth for you comes through emotional honesty and really embracing deep change. In relationships, authenticity is way more valuable than comfort.
You feel most alive in those powerful moments when something false just dissolves and something truly real emerges. And finally, we arrive at our last section, the collective contribution, covering houses 9 through 12. Kicking off our final section is the 9th house. With the sun here, your path is all about finding meaning and gaining perspective. You have a core need to understand life's purpose. The challenge you face is holding on to rigid beliefs or trying to escape reality. You grow through exploration, philosophy, and direct experience. In relationships, a shared vision is key. You feel most alive when your life experiences broaden your whole understanding of the world. In the 10th house, your identity develops through taking on responsibility and making a contribution. Your core need is to achieve something meaningful out in the world. The challenge here is to avoid defining yourself only by your successes. Growth comes through commitment, leadership, and focusing on those long-term goals. In relationships, respect is the same as love. You feel most alive when your efforts create a visible impact on the world.
Next, we have the 11th house, where your path is about participating in something larger than yourself. You have a core need for a shared purpose, to be part of a collective creation. Your challenge is to not lose your own individuality within the group. You grow through collaboration and working towards shared ideals. In relationships, friendship is absolutely essential. You feel most alive when you're contributing to a future that extends far beyond your own life. And here we are. We've reached the final house of the zodiac, the 12th. With the sun here, your identity develops beyond the ego. You have a core need for inner awareness and the ability to surrender. Your challenge is often a deep confusion about your direction or your identity. Growth comes through introspection, compassion, and the practice of letting go of false identities. In relationships, deep understanding matters more than simple definitions. You feel most alive in those quiet moments of silence, insight, or transcendence. So, after all that, what does this all mean for your path forward?
Well, if there's one thing to take away from this, it's this. The sun does not describe what comforts you. It describes what calls you forward. See, it's not about your past, it's about your direction. It's that place in your life where you're continually invited to become more and more conscious.
So go on, find your sun's house and you'll discover not what you already are, but what you are here to grow into.